Hello, so we are here in Academy 92 today, as you can tell by the gorgeous flower wall, and I'm just going to be doing this look on the other half of Jennie. So it's basically a look I've done on myself a little while ago without the tears because she's getting to do it, so I just want to look like a mad woman. So we're just going to jump in then. Right, so to begin with, I wouldn't say carve out the brow because I actually haven't put a brow on yet, but I just go in with the Peel Away's base and the Emma brush by Nima, and I just create the line where I want my brow to be. So I'm just going very slowly and just dragging it underneath the brow. So with this technique you can create any shape that you like, even if you have no brows at all. And then you just go in then and fill them in then at the end. Once you've carved out underneath your brow then, you're just going to want to drag the product down onto the lid and make sure that the whole lid is covered, and you're even going to bring it out towards the ear and up onto the nose, just so you don't have any definite line where the concealer is coming off. And then you're just going to want to work it onto the lid and just keep patting away. So for this look I'm going to use the Be Perfect and Stacey Marie Carnival palette, and I'm going to start off by going in with the shade Lit, and it's just a bright orange colour. And I'm just taking this on a Nima Bell brush. I'm just going to work it into the crease. I'm not going to do window wiper motions because that will only lift the base that you put on. So I'm just going to lightly brush into the crease. And just constant circular motions. I start with the outer corner and I bring it in then to the inner corner. So once the orange is packed all over the lid then, I'm just going to go in with the shade Cane, and it's a lovely bright yellow. And I'm just taking this on a Nima Jennie brush. And I'm just going to, I always call it tickling the edges. So wherever you have a harsh line, so obviously you can see the line here, I'm just going to run my yellow shadow over this just to blend it out to make it look nice and flawless. I know, it's so good, isn't it? I love Drake. So once you've blended out your edges then with Cane, I'm going to go in with a Morphe M441 brush, and I'm going to be taking Wasted on this. And it's a gorgeous bright vibrant purple. And I'm just going to focus this more on the outer corner and into the crease. You can just take your time with this as well. I find that if you do your window wiper motions here and you don't take your time blending it, all the shadows can go mucky, and then you just lose all your pigmentation from the other shadows, so you don't want to waste it. So once you have a kind of sunset blend going on and you've blended in your three colours, I'm going to take the Peel Away's base again on the Emma brush, and I'm just going to carve the crease. So I just do a rough guideline. I'm going to get Jennie to look up and close. And that'll give you a line to whereabouts you should actually cut the crease, where the natural crease actually sits. So as you can see, I've just carved the crease, and I'm just going to clean it up now and make the lines a little bit sharper. But I've brought the inner corner just on top of it a little bit, if that makes any sense. I'm just going to bring it over where the normal tear duct is, just to give the illusion of a bigger, kind of fuller eye, and just give it a cat-like effect as well. So once you have the crease cut out then, I'm just going to take my ring finger and I'm just going to blend out the edges there. You could use a brush, but I always find that using my fingers helps warm up the product a little bit and helps it blend a little bit easier. So I'm just going to blend it. So once you have your crease cut out then, I'm going to go in with the yellow colour Cane, and I have this on a Becca brush, and I'm just going to pack this over the inner corner of the crease. So just covering that base. And as you can see then, the shadows come out so pigmented with the Peel Away's base underneath. And I should have said earlier on that the colour base that I'm using is shade 2, so it's the original one. I find it's just a perfect tone. Same Becca brush, I'm just going to take that towards the middle and the outer crease. I'm just going to overlap it with the yellow because this will help us blend it all together. And I'm just going to pat this on because if you rub, you're just again going to disrupt the base. Then once you're happy down to colour payoff, you're going to get your brush again and just lightly wiggle it in between the two colours. And just so it'll give you just a seamless blend. And I just run over it down my finger. After we have the orange down then, I'm going to go in with Wasted again. So bright. I'm going to go in with Wasted just on the outer corner. And again, I'm going to overlap it with the orange just so it's a little bit easier to blend out. This brush is actually an old HD Brows brush, so I don't even know where you can get them anymore. I don't even know if they're still doing, but that's what I'm using. So again, just packing. And then just slightly bring it over the orange. I'm just going to take my Jennie brush again with a little bit of orange on it still, and I'm just going to buff in between the purple and the orange just to give us a nice blend again. Then I'm just going to go back in then with a tiny bit of Wasted. I'm just going to blend the rest of it up into the crease and just out to the outer corner again. Right, so once all your shadows are done then, you're going to go in with your black liner. I'm using the NYX matte liner, well NYX, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just doing a thin enough line, especially coming towards the inner corner. I want the line to be as thin as possible and as sleek and perfected as possible. Right, so for lashes then, I'm going in with the brand Unknown lashes, and these are in the style Force Love, and as you can see they're absolutely gorgeous. So I already have one on this side, so I'm just going to pop the one on this side. So in the meantime, I just popped on a lash from the brand Unknown Cosmetics range, and I just cleaned up underneath the eye and popped down some Peel Away's base again. I'm just going to get you to look up. Now I'm going to apply some gel liner. It's the Carter Beauty Supreme Gel Liner, and I'm bringing this into the lash line on an A-Vein brush by Nina. And when you're doing this on a client, it can be very like sensitive to their eyes, so you're just going to want to let them blink and just relax in between. If you keep going for a while, they're just going to end up getting teary and the whole look is going to be destroyed, and you don't want that. So after I've done the liner, I have a matte black shadow on a 13P brush by Ingla. Okay. And I'm just going to use this to set the liner that I've popped into the waterline and to smudge out the edges. So after I smudged out the black liner, I'm going to go in with Wasted and Liquor on this small Morphe brush, and I'm just going to buff out the edges of the black shadow. And this look is all about smoked out and perfect blends. So you want to just go back and forth, small buffing motions just to get the smoky effect. Next I'm going to go in with Lit, and I have this on a 10S brush from Ingla, and this is perfect. It just gets in right underneath the eye and just smokes out the shadows really nicely. So next I'm just taking Keen on a Becca brush, and I'm just buffing out all the shadows of this, and this will be my final blend then. And as you can see, the yellow just really gives that sunset effect. Just finishes it off nicely. So that's the eyes done. I just added some mascara and I just cleaned up again. And next I'm going in with my Nima CJ brush, and I'm just popping this all over the skin. It's the Hydrate Genius, I can't even say it, Hydrate Genius by L'Oreal, and it's basically a hydrating primer. You could wear this on its own as well, and it smells absolutely amazing. It's so nice, isn't it? And it's so cooling on the skin. So if you have any redness or any blemishes or any swelling at all, you put this on and it literally just like cools everything down. And it's a great makeup base as well. If you have dry flaky skin, you should definitely give it a go. I think it was only like €7 or something in Boots when I went in, so it's literally for nothing. So I'm just buffing that all over the skin. So next I'm going in with the Flormar Double Radiance Primer, which if you don't know what it is, are you even a makeup lover? Because it's absolutely amazing. It just gives you that kind of thin man look, which is what we all want. So for foundation, I'm going to go in with Ingla HD Foundation in the shade 71 to match up with Jennie's skin tone. And again, I'm just kind of dragging the product all over the face, and then once the face is covered, I'm going to pat in. So I'm just going to take the Catrice Camouflage Concealer in number 10, and I'm using a Real Techniques buffer brush and the Terry brush by Nima. I'm just taking a little bit of this underneath the eye because we've already concealed there earlier on. So I'm just patting it in. I bring it up to meet the eyeshadow but not to cover it. So it's just going to mix our shadows and our foundation a little bit more so it's not as harsh. And then what I like to do just to make sure that it's super blended is I go back in with my CJ foundation brush and I just pat along the edges again just to make sure it's completely blended in. Next I'm going in with the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat Powder in Natural, and I'm bringing this underneath the eye on a blonde brush. Okay. By Nima obviously. And I'm just going to work this underneath the eye just to set it so we don't get any creases. And I'm also going to bring it down the nose and across the forehead. Down onto the lips and onto the chin. So you're basically just covering the T-zone. And just patting it around the nose so you get that coverage. I'm just going to carry down the same powder all over the face. But again, I'm going to take on a bigger brush just to make sure it's covering everything. And this is actually a HD brows brush again. Which I don't know if you can still get them. I had this from like years. So just covering everywhere. So for contour and bronzer, I'm going to go in with the Be Bold contour kit, and I'm taking this on a Harley brush, which is my absolute favourite for contour. Before that I used to use like an angled kind of powder brush, and it's just so much better. It just kind of hugs underneath the cheekbones, so good. So I just mainly focus it above the ear and just towards the hairline, so I'm constantly doing upward strokes towards the hairline just to lift the cheekbone. And then with whatever I have left then on the brush, I'm just going to walk it down onto the cheek. I'm going to just bring this down up onto the temple, just so it's all connected, and just a little bit underneath the jaw, and a tiny bit on the corner of the forehead. And then once I'm done with that, I go back in and I grab my bigger powder brush and I just work it into the skin. This just helps to kind of blend it in with everything else again. I don't know how many times to blend because I just blend everything. You need to blend. So next I'm going to go in with the Flormar blusher in Sunny Coral, and I'm just taking this on an Andy Name brush, and I'm just going to bounce this onto the cheeks, and I literally just pat this to get on first, and then I actually buff it down back up towards the hairline. So I'm absolutely loving this blusher, should I say. It's like mineralized, so it has a nice little glow to it as well. So cheap as well. So for the best part, highlighter. So I'm just going to get Jenny just to look over towards that way. Perfect, so we can catch the glow on camera. And I'm just going to spray Jenny's face a bit of setting spray, just so it's wet and tacky. I'm just going to let that sit for a second. And I'm going to take Lifestyle. No, sorry, actually I'm going to take Maida and Babley from the Mitchell palette, would be perfect. And I'm just taking this on a 4SS brush. I'm just going to work it onto the cheekbone. Yes. That moment when the highlighter goes on. So I normally just take this across the cheekbone, on top of the brow, side of the nose a little bit, tip of the nose, the cupid's bow, and the chin. So I like then to just work this into the skin and just let you rub back and forth, because it doesn't really get worked into the skin properly until you actually work it in yourself, which is obviously great then, because once it's worked in it looks wet almost. And that's what we want. We want like a glossy wet look. Okay, so for the brows I'm just going to take the ABH Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Medium Brown on a Danielle Nima brush, and I'm just going to fill in the brows. There's no real technique to it. I normally just start underneath the eyebrow at the very bottom line, and I just work it down towards the tail. Just following the guideline that you made with the concealer. Once you're happy with the line underneath, then you're going to want to bring the line above and just create a little arch. So for the inner corner highlight, I'm just going to take Baby and Lifestyle from the Be Perfect and Mitchell palette again. I'm just going to pop this on the inner corner, just to give us a nice little glow and just to open up the eyes. This is just on a little pencil brush. I actually don't know where I got it from. So moving on to lips, the lip liner I'm going to use is number 6, Desert Sand by Primark. And I'm just going to take this all over the lips, just outlining underneath first. So for the lipstick then, I'm going to use MAC Brave. And I'm just going to buff this all over the lip and just blending in the lip liner with it. So finally then for gloss, I'm going to use the Be Perfect and Ali Kelly gloss, which is amazing. It's my favourite gloss ever. So pretty.